What we're going to do here is create type on a path, also known as snakes on a plane. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a regular old shape such as a rectangle, and I'll draw the shape out on the document window. And what I'm going to do now is grab my type tool, but I'm going to choose this one here, type on a path. I'm going to click right about here, although you can click anywhere you'd like. And now I can type my text. So I have snakes on a path. Now before we leave this lesson, let's go ahead and talk about how to manipulate this text so we can move the text around on the path. And I'm going to click on my selection tool while the text was still on the path, and you'll notice that we have a couple of brackets that appear here. We have one bracket, and by the way, keep your eye on the mouse and you'll see that the symbol next to the brackets change. So we see that this symbol here is going to let us move the entire path. This is our center bracket. It also allows you, when you pull it in, to invert the text on the path so that it goes inside the shape. I'll pull it out again to the right, and now it's outside the path again. We also have a bracket here, and it's a little hard to see it, but if I click and move my mouse on this bracket, it will allow me to determine where the text will end. So if I go ahead and let go of my mouse, it tells me that there's no type going past this point here. And just once again, just pay attention to the little symbol that shows up so you know which one you're working with. So the text is pointing inward, and that tells us that this determines the end of the text. So I'll go ahead and reposition this bracket so we can see the entire sentence. Likewise, we have a start bracket, and this will determine where the starting point of the text will appear. And as I said earlier, we can also use the center one, the center bracket, to do the same thing and move the entire sentence. So I'm going to put the word snakes right here at the very beginning of this sentence here. Let me go ahead and put this right at the beginning of the box. And it's a little difficult sometimes, so I'm going to grab the one I really want here, which is the starting path bracket. And now I'm going to grab my type tool, and I'm going to hit the space bar to move on right into the center. And then I'm going to reposition the insertion point right in front of the word path, and once again hit the return key. And now what I have to do is grab my selection tool and establish that the entire sentence is going to stretch out further. So now I can go back to my type tool and finish this effect. So once again, to enable those brackets, just choose a selection tool, click on the appropriate bracket to move the entire sentence, to establish the beginning point, the ending point, and also you can use the center bracket to change the position of the type so that it's inside the shape or outside the path.